Rockstar has found themselves in quite the pickle. So I don't know if anyone's been living on the rock under a rock this week. There has been a leaker. Well, at first I thought maybe it might be Jake. His name is Cyberleak. Like the actual leak, and I'm like, it's Jake.
It's me and this guy. I'm not that smart, guys. I'm really not.
But then I realized he was pushing crypto, and then I was like, that's not Jake.
No.
But this guy, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Dual Hemisphere Hangout. My name is Luke, and join with me each and every week. I do have my lovely co-host Jake. Jake, my man, say hello to the people.
Hello, everyone. How are we doing on this fine and wonderful? It's not even morning anymore. It's nighttime for me, and it's not a pre-record. This is just I'm going to break the fourth wall straight away. Like, we might as well just get straight into it. I needed Luke has done me a massive, massive favor because I was not ready. I was technically I did wake up that morning, Luke, because my body clock woke me up.
Yeah.
But there was no way I was going to have a full-blown conversation and have something to say to you during our normal podcast hours. So I could probably, if you were in stream, you've already heard it, but Friday, the day and the night kind of went all pear-shaped at work for me. So I ended up putting probably the longest shift in I have ever done in my working career. It's unbelievable. I think it touched 22 hours
That's insane.
as a shift. Like I left the house at, I think it was about 10 to 5 because I needed to get in for 6. So that was fine. Like I could deal with that. Thought I would have been done at God knows when, maybe 6-7 o'clock-ish. So I was expecting like a 10-hour day anyway. But it all went pear-shaped. We had to redo all of our work again. So it was basically like starting again at 6 o'clock. I left the building at 2:30 in the morning. I had to ring Rach to come pick me up because no trains were running at that time, so I wasn't getting anywhere soon. And then I got home at 3 o'clock in the morning. And then I had like a half an hour wind down and then passed out. And I think I woke up at maybe 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I did wake up at 7, and then at 9, I think it was 9 o'clock. And I was like, maybe I can make the podcast. I was like, it's not worth it, man. It would have been the worst recording you guys have ever heard.
No, absolutely not. Get your rest. You deserve it. Yeah, that's crazy. I know. I knew something was wrong when you messaged me at 2 in the afternoon. I was like, okay, there's only a couple options here. Like either he is like been editing something or he's working on something and he just got in the zone and he lost track of time. Or something awful has happened.
Yeah.
And then I looked at it and I was like, I just got off work. I was like, oh, thank God. I mean, like out of the the 2 possibilities in my head, I was like, oh, okay. It's like, he just worked an extra long shift because your work is very involved. So that's still a crazy amount of hours, but they probably paid you a buttload of money after the 8-hour mark. So,
yeah. Yeah, like it's got to be
like, what was that? Like technically 22 hours minus 8 is like 16. So they owe you about 16 hours worth of work almost.
Of overtime.
12 hours of work. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, it's I had like a 24-minute lunch break and no breaks as well. The working standards will be in touch the moment, because there wasn't just me. There was my other colleague as well, and my boss. My boss left at about half midnight. Both me and my colleague left at 2:30. Because all of our overtime forms are going to go in, and then workforce placement or whatever they're gonna have a field day, man. They're gonna be like, what happened here? Like, this is not good. It was borderline dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, like, is it like when something like that happens? Is it just like human error? Is it like, I mean, I don't want to like ask if it's like was your fault, your guys' fault, the reason why you guys had to work an extra 12 hours, but like what was the reason? Like when you guys realized you had to stay, like because of something, something you had to redo all your work. What was like the root cause of the issue?
So I'll try and explain it in like layman's terms because it's very complicated. Effectively,
Yeah.
um, kid has SCID, which is an autoimmune disease where your white cells don't recognize any um, foreign bodies. Like let's just call it
Yeah.
like that. So he can't donate stem cells himself because he doesn't have any viable ones. So we got
Mhm.
his family member to donate for him, which is like standard routine stem cell therapy stuff. Like you could give blood to your mum or
Yeah.
your dad or and vice versa. It's
Hmm.
all matched. We're all genetic. You're half your dad and half your mum, and that's how genetics works, baby. Um,
Yeah.
but what can happen is because your wider family, are not identical to you, you can get some things called where if you infuse the blood, you get graft versus host disease. So our
Hmm.
bag of blood that they give to you is called the
Hmm.
graft. You are the host. Your body will react and try and kill the good stuff that's trying to help. So we have
Okay.
a special procedure called a T TCR alpha beta depletion, which is there are a couple of types of white cells on the T cells side, which are alpha beta cells, and there's a couple of B cell markers which are gamma deltas. Effectively, this procedure magnetically labels the alpha beta T cells because we want to bring them out because they're the ones that can react with the graft versus host disease. Um, so we do a lot of washing, which effectively we spin the blood down, we take the plasma off, we put some more stuff in, like buffers and like magnetically labeled antibodies. They all go in, we give them a mix, we wash it, we bring it off. That takes about, the washing steps took us about till about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's a lot of
Okay.
just putting it in the centrifuge, sitting there. It comes out, press it off, put more stuff in, put it back in the centrifuge. Very repetitive.
Yeah.
That's when I got my
Hmm.
lunch break, and I was like, right, winning. We're actually winning. We were well
There
ahead
we
of
go.
time. We were like, oh my god, we might actually be finished before sundown. Like
There you go.
it was going so well. Um, we come to load it on the machine. And so it's not human error that causes this, it's the machine that causes it. So effectively, you have a load of blood bags at the top, and it runs
Hmm.
through a column, like which is surrounded by a magnet. So if this is a column, you have a magnet
Hmm.
either side, and because the labeling that we've done is magnetic, the magnet turns on. All the bad stuff sticks to the sides, the good stuff goes through, and then it washes off the bad stuff into another bag. Does that sort of make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So what happened was all the bags at the top should be empty, and all your bags at the bottom should be full.
Mhm.
And usually this procedure takes about 90 minutes on the machine. So me and my colleague are sat there, we're just chatting. Like we look at the screen, it goes, okay, 96 minutes, and we're not allowed to touch it. So it's just you're just sitting there watching it to see if it alarms or has any problems. And it gets to about half an hour in, and I look at the screen and I go, mate, it says 4 minutes to go. And I'm like, this isn't right. Something's not right. So, and then it beeps, it goes, boop, 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 and it's done. And there's still like half of the product in the bags at the top. And we're like, oh, God, no. So we did a whole bunch of testing. The testing took at least 3 hours to find out where everything was. Turns out there was some good stuff at the bottom, but there was a lot of good stuff at the top. So we had to repeat the whole procedure again. Um,
Ah.
so yeah, that's where it came from. So we
Okay.
effectively restarted the day at about 7 or 8 o'clock at night.
Ah. Fuck.
But
Yeah. That would explain it.
but we salvaged it. The kid will have his transplant. Um,
Good.
it I almost cried. when I was running the flow, because Luke, I've never been trained on these flow panels, Luke. The flow
Yeah.
cytometry. So the way flow cytometry works is the way you look at what the cells are is, again, you label them with antibodies that react to light, and
Yeah.
there's a little tube that puts it's mental, like it's
Yeah.
one cell thick, so all your cells go into a line. Imagine how small that is. It fires a laser at it, and the way the laser disperses the light, it hits different sensors on the other side, and it can tell what what cell is what thing, because you can
Mm-hmm.
label them. So if it hits it and it's like a blue light, that's a good cell. If it hits it and it's a red light, it's a bad cell, and then that plots it on a graph. Um, the panels that I was running, I have never run before in my life. They are the hardest panels that we have on our repertoire. It's like the only analogy I can have is like asking your mum to play Elden Ring and defeating the final boss on the first try, bro. But I got there. I got there. We got there in the end. Everything was fixed, saved, done. And then I got home, and I was still like adrenaline pumped, and it took me about an hour and a bit to get to sleep. And I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie, even this morning as well. But well, technically yesterday, I just couldn't be bothered cooking, so we had Mexican again, and spicy Mexican
Yeah.
fucked me up in the morning, mate. I was up at 2 a.m., 4 a.m., 6 a.m. shitting my brains out.
Yeah.
So I haven't
Thought you
slept
would
at
have
all,
learned your
but we're here.
lesson.
We're here. We're cooking on this fine evening. So
Yeah.
that has been a lovely wrap up to what was um, my technically 11-day week, because we had Sunday off. I just can't imagine
Yeah.
what I would have had if I didn't have that Sunday off.
Yeah. Exactly.
If my
No, that's
colleague
insane.
hadn't have saved me, like
Yeah.
I just can't. Yeah, I can't imagine. I'd have been
Yeah.
cooked. I mean, next week's not looking any better. Like
Yeah.
we've got so much work on next week. Again, I'm gonna have to go in at midnight to meet an international courier bringing cells in from Germany. That's on Wednesday or something. So I'm getting no respite next week. But
Yeah.
it shouldn't be anything like that. Was the hardest procedure we could ever do. Like that's the hardest
Yeah.
thing that we offer, and
Yeah.
we got through it. We only do like one a
Yeah.
year, so I can't.
Okay.
I can't. I hope you've had a bit of a better experience this week.
I mean, I didn't have to work 22 hours this week, so in a single day. So, definitely a lot better than what you had to deal with, for sure. Yeah, I think the last time we talked, I mean, it was just kind of hell week. I mean, honestly, in the sense of just dealing with call outs and being short staffed. It was just a lot of moving parts. Wrap up to the summer is always super busy, is when everyone's trying to enroll. And when you're short staffed and you don't have a cook, it kind of falls on me to do pretty much everything by myself. So I was just extra stressed at work. A lot of days, I was getting home around 5:30, 6 o'clock, staying full time during the day, not really being able to give a break. I mean, I think on Friday, I got in at 7 o'clock on Friday, and then I didn't leave work till like 6:30, I think that day. And I think I only sat down at my desk for 10 minutes. The rest of it was running around the building doing not my job. Well, I mean, everything is my job. Like, I can't say like not my job, because everything is my job. My job is to run the building. So that's not the right word, but not being able to get my computer work done, which is one of the more important things I have to do, especially when it comes to everything is like that. Like, everything's online, everything, all your records need to be up to date and stuff like that. And you fall behind doing that. A task that should take you, 15 minutes during the day ends up taking you if you don't do it for a week, makes it more into a 3 hour task. So, and then the phone was ringing off the hook because it was the end of our summer program. Public schools are going back to school. First day is back to school on Monday. And so now we're also dealing kind of with lots of people wanting to enroll their kids. So like they want to enroll their kids in before and after care, but they think they can just call and get a spot within like immediately, and I'm like, that's
Yeah,
just
so
not
I'm,
how this
I'm
world.
gonna drop little Jimmy off on Monday. It's like, mate,
Yeah,
it's
it's like
Friday.
absolutely
It's not
not.
happening.
Yeah, they're like, we'll pay you this, and this, and like we have a procedure like that we have to go through. You don't even know what our rates are. You haven't seen the building. I'm not going to enroll you for you to come in and hate the building and then us lose money. Like we have to have you do a proper thing. Like so, the process of like enrolling a family is really just like they'll give us a call or they'll like see us online and our system will say, hey, this family's interested, and then we have to make sure we have space um for that child and making sure we don't have anyone else that has already put down for that. So if we've got, say we have in our 1-year-old program, we have 16 spots. We have 12 students enrolled physically in the building now enrolled currently, but then we also have 3 parents who already paid their registration fee to enroll, one in September, October, and November. Then we're like, okay, so we really only have one spot. So we have to make sure like we don't say, oh yeah, we've got plenty of spots, and we enroll more and more students, because then we're like, oh, we can't take your kid. So we never want to do that. Um, so like doing all that, and then once we get that, they have to come in for a tour. We have to do a tour. It's not like a thing where like you don't want a tour, too bad. No, you have to come in and do a tour. You need to see the facility. You need to make sure you like what you're signing up for, and then you gotta put in your application. And usually the families who do private pay it's a pretty quick turnaround. I can probably get someone in the door, do a tour, do a meet and greet within 2 days, and get them started the fall on the third day. I could probably do that because the latest we can start someone is we never want to start anyone in the middle of the week. The latest I could probably push it would be like Wednesday. And my peers would not get upset with me. But anyone who needs like assistance through the state, or we offer programs through the military where the military can help pay for a portion of your childcare. Um, those processes can take like a week to 2 weeks to a month. And families just don't understand that. They think we control that. I'm like, I can't force your caseworker to tell me what your copay is. I can't force the military to shoot me over your benefit packet. Like you either can start on the day you want to start and you have to pay private pay, which in a ideal in the realistic world you probably can't afford, or you're just gonna have to wait for 2 or 3 weeks, and then they get upset with me, and I'm like, I can't control that, guys. So phones were ringing off the hook. It was also Friday, so we get all of our orders for our food that day, and our chef finally does start Monday, so I won't be in the kitchen anymore. So I'm happy about that, thank God. But it was like the
Yeah.
last day, and I wanted to make sure everything was set up right for them in the kitchen to make sure that they were set for success. So putting away everything the right way, because when I'm in there by myself, I'm like, I know where everything is. My ADHD brain is like, I know the spatula is sitting on a pot in a corner of the kitchen somewhere. Like that's where I know where it's at, but they might not know that. So I was like deep cleaning the kitchen for them, getting everything ready. Phone calls all day long, covering breaks. So it was a long day Friday, and then just overall the week was just just long the last 2 weeks, but nothing like negative other than just call outs. Like there's nothing I can do about it. The kids were fine, the staff was fine. We had no issues like with like staff doing something they weren't supposed to do or anything like that. It was just being short staff sucks, and it's into the summer, so a lot of teachers are taking vacation, so can't control that either. Like I can approve it or deny it, but when they put it in May, I can't be like, no, you can't go because we have 2 call outs already. Like I can't control the call outs. You put in your vacation, you're going on vacation, you know.
That
But
reminds me, I need to put
besides,
mine in.
yeah,
I
exactly.
need
I
to
was like,
put
you better
mine
put.
in.
I tell them, I was like, y'all better put. My biggest thing is like, if y'all want off, y'all need to give me 2 weeks and make sure no one else is off that day if you want it approved. And then I always kind of look at them and I'm like, I'm not going to be the one that understands, but just know if you don't show up to work on the day you told me that you're trying to get off, you aren't able to get off. Don't act like I don't know what you're doing.
Yep,
You know what
all
I
the
mean?
time.
Like they're like, oh yeah, it's like, oh, I'm not feeling well. I'm like, bullshit. Bullshit.
Let me look at
But
this
honestly,
email. Dear Luke, can I
oh yeah.
have Friday off?
3 weeks ago. No. Okay. um but besides that, work week was not the best the last 2 weeks, but personally, the week's been personally it's been fine. Um trying to think. So earlier this week, I sat down and recorded a special episode with a guest. Which will be out at some point. Really, really excited. It was nice to sit down. Good. It's a good one. It's a good like almost 2 hour podcast episode that we did. It's a lot of fun. So I hope you guys enjoy that when it comes out. It's been in the works for about 2 weeks now. So now that that's out of the way, I can finally be like, all right, now I don't have to worry about like when is it gonna happen? Like trying to rework my schedule around it. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause then it's like a day where I won't stream or something like that. So it's like I don't know if I'm streaming, and then the person is very busy as well. They are also a content creator. So last minute they might have like a special stream they have to do, or they get stuck on an editing bend or something like that. So I mean, obviously we can sympathize with that. So, but that's done out of the way now. So that's super cool. That's coming up on the horizon. Last time we spoke, I did go to an anime convention, which is really cool. That was my local anime convention. I actually saw Scoob there. Scoob was in town. So it was super fun. He lives in Georgia, but he was visiting family in Virginia. So get to hang out with Scoob in person for a little bit. Got some fun things as well. Picked up some fake Pokemon cards, which are really pretty. Got lovely Joan the Octillery in commemoration for in commemoration of beating a
Nice.
Neil. And then I got a cool like custom made Raikou Pokeball, which you guys have seen on stream before. But yeah, I did that, and that's pretty much been like my last couple weeks overall, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, if sounds like we're both in the blender. That's what it is.
Yes.
I'm just glad that I got to do my streams. Like I was super happy last week, and it took every fiber of my being to get up this morning and click that stream button. I mean, I was late. I was late by an hour and 15 minutes. For the eagle-eyed viewers, because I schedule my streams, it was scheduled for 9, and then at 20 past 9, it changed to 10:15.
Mm-hmm.
But I got there. I got there. It's well, we'd love to be full time. If this was my full time thing, I would not be complaining at 12-hour days because I enjoy doing it. Like I don't enjoy is being trapped at work at 2 a.m. So
no,
that's just
no one's gonna beat you up over that. That's insane.
No, and if this was full time, and I was probably, like Luke said, if I was up at 2 a.m., I'm probably on an editing session. So you would see something worthwhile than me just saying, "Oh, it's not like I haven't done anything." That being said, though, I have had time to doom scroll on the train, and then when I was waiting for Rach to come pick me up, and then whatnot. So I mean, it's been a heavy week in terms of like gaming news and stuff, which I suppose we can make the coverage of it all. I mean, I've only got 2. You've got like 6 or 7 points that you would like to talk about, but I'll take my little 2 pence first. Did you get your PlayStation email? I'm assuming you did.
I did.
It scared me when it came through.
They sent out an email about like that we signed up for Discord, basically saying that we own nothing. They have the right to take everything away from us. And literally, when I read that email, it immediately made me want to unplug my PlayStation, go to the local pawn shop, sell it for $500, and go buy a Switch 2, and call that my main console. Like that was my immediate like, bro, like fuck off. Like,
well, the first thing I thought, I was like, I've been hacked. Like, because they effectively, well, most people will have a PlayStation now, but like it came through as a very official email, which it is. Like it's allowed to be, but it's like a copy for your records, like PlayStation terms. So all I could think in my head when that came through, let me see the time that came through. At 11:30 at night. I'm like, okay, someone has hacked my PSN account and has now managed to tie it to their PlayStation. Because why else am I getting emails about terms of service at 11:30 at night when my PlayStation hasn't been on for like 4 weeks? So I was losing my mind. I started like changing passwords and stuff, and then another one came through because they sent 2, and it must be because I have two. Well, most people have more than one PlayStation account, I guess, because like you don't want to do all your save progress. But yeah, it was very it was very corporate, very cold shoulder. I felt it was very cold shoulder, and a very reactionary, knee-jerk reactionary, I think, to them actually getting pounded online, and maybe the blackout did do something where they saw like, oh my god, we're not going to be able to make a back step on this, so we're going to have to lay the letter of the law down and let them know that this is the way it's going to be from now on. That being said, I was like Luke. Once I actually sat there and read it, I was like, that does not make me want to turn my PlayStation on anymore. I lost. And something in me died. that moment where I read that email.
Yeah.
I think it's just a bad situation where I don't think they should have done it that way, man. I don't. No, I feel like there should have been some consultation, some like attempt to like reason with the player base. So all I can see now is that the PlayStation 6 will be the hardest flop of all time.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. They're really just setting themselves up for success. I mean for failure, not for success at all. Yeah, it really is. It's just kind of like I look at it like in the sense of it's like your base, like it's kind of like your mom telling you something that you already know. Yeah, we already know this kind of stuff. Like we know mainly like when in the fine print details. If we were to comb through everything, we know. Like we read the news that we don't technically own the license. We know that you guys are going diskless. We know that technically you can suspend our account if you want to. We know you can get into our chats. We know you can. We already know this. Like me and Jake already know this. Maybe your average Joe probably doesn't know this, but me and Jake already know this. So like getting a letter reaffirming this for me and Jake is like, all right, yeah, we already know this, dude, and now you're just really just doubling down and kind of like being like holding it over our head, like you're the big giant corporation. We've got no other options, and the thing that Sony needs to understand is there are options out there. Like you can go. You're not the only console on the marketplace. Like someone can go to Xbox if they really want to. I'm sorry, and I don't mean this in a mean and offensive way to any game studios, but PlayStation, your exclusives are fine. They're good games. Don't get me wrong, but you're not the only games out there, right? Like I can go out there and get a good gaming experience that's not God of War or The Last of Us or Spider-Man or Wolverine or whatever your current exclusives are, right? Like I get it that you guys are like proud of your games, but guess what? You're not the only games out there. Like $700 to justify playing for me to go play Wolverine, for you guys to be like, actually, you don't even own it, and we can turn off your account, and you might have paid over $3,000 in video games, but we'll give you $100 as compensation. Like if something goes wrong on our end, like that's just a slap in the face.
Yeah,
and you already know that Microsoft, you already know that Microsoft wouldn't do that. You know, Steam wouldn't do that, and surprisingly enough, Nintendo wouldn't even do that. And is like everyone's like they're like the worst ones because they don't like to cooperate with anyone, and they're very headstrong. And they were kind of like the first to kind of like be on like the diskless, like your cartridge is nothing. You're just downloading a thing, but they at least are like not.
You've got the pseudo media. You've got the pseudo
like
media. Like you could still buy the plastic. Like it's not just the disc now. It's the whole approach and like just throwing your loyalty at the wall and just be like, go if you want. Like that's fine. That's not how it works. It's like a long-term relationship. If you don't, it's like you see it crumbling, and we're saying we want to make it work, and they're like, nah, it's not me, it's you, and it's like, right, sound. Like you said, there are other options, and like, to be honest, the Microsoft package of the mix between Game Pass and PC has always been the superior package. It's just that the Xbox hardware, it doesn't seem to be up to scratch with the PS5 Pro. Like, that's just the way it is. But now everyone's buying PCs. Granted, there is a memory shortage, which will affect the PS6 and the Xbox, whatever, if they bring another one out. And the new Switch 2s that are all being made. Like, it's not... I didn't like that a lot. And then I got a second gut punch. So, PlayStation hit me in the left. And then Nintendo hit me with the right. Because Pokemon Bank has now been given its official death date sometime in February next year. And for someone like me who's just got really back into retro gaming, didn't mean too much to me in a way, you know? Like, I think about it and I think, okay, it's okay. Like, I'm happy to leave my shinies and my Pokemon in that game. Technically, I can get them all the way up to Sun and Moon if I want, and then they will just stay there. Like, I don't mind. The Pokemon I already have that like are sentimental to me, like they're already in home. Like they're there. Yeah. But like if I get more, there's no reason why I can't have a sentimental Pokemon that I take through Heart Gold. And I now want to bring it with me as like my new forever partner. It's that was a sad one. I just hope that it in my mind it all but confirms that the Gen 3 ports are coming. Yeah. Like, and they keep saying that they're going to remake Heart Gold Soul Silver Luke, so we might be in for a winner. But I don't know how they're going to do it with the screen space that they've got.
They'll figure it out.
3DS games, they'll figure it out. They might just like do like a BDSP port where you don't need the bottom screen. It becomes like an L button that opens the menu, and it's like a screen that pops up and down. Like, because you don't need it there all the time. No. That being said, if we had those, be my guest. Let Bank die a million times over if I get a remake of Heart Gold Soul Silver and I get to play it on the Switch and I get to move Pokemon in and out of it from Pokemon Home and back. Like, I'm more than happy. We are going to get the Gen 3 ports because Fire Red Leaf Green did so well. No, they won't bring Emerald out. They'll bring Ruby Sapphire out, and you'll have to pick. Like, it's just, or you'll have to buy both. That's the model that they will run with. They won't bring out the middle, the second middle game. But yeah, that was like the next gut punch, and I saw them within like minutes of each other. Within minutes. Yeah. And I was like, my whole gaming like forte has just been decimated in 20 minutes.
No, it's been I mean, Pokemon Bank. I mean, we knew it was coming. And the only reason why it's coming is they just don't see a benefit in keeping it active for a player base that is probably maybe in the thousands. You know, like, I mean, not thousands, maybe tens of thousands at the most. Like, I mean, no one is really like using. I feel like they must have looked and saw that no one is like very few people are using Pokemon Bank. I think with Pokemon Bank, you do pay yearly or monthly for it, or was it a one-time purchase or
it was a subscription. And then when Home came out, they effectively killed it. But then brought it back, and then it had like your subscription days was like $81, so it was like an infinite license for everyone to use it. So yeah, but I remember paying for it. I paid for Pokemon Bank. Like I wanted it to bring like my my Virtual Console Pokemon out of the Virtual Console and into the real games. Yeah, it's dead. It's dead.
Yeah,
and then you might be thinking, oh, well, I'll just play it on my emulator and I'll put it into PK Hex. They've got you on that one as well because they took down over 400 GitHub what do they call it? Repositories? 400 GitHub repositories overnight last night. Ryu Jinx, Yuzu, whatever you're playing on, Alcazar or whatever the Ryu Bing, whatever, they're all gone. They're all dead.
Yep. Done, gone, bye-bye.
So, because that would be your only way to get it into homebrew software onto a Switch 1, which then has access to Pokemon Home. Yeah. You could effectively copy-paste your Pokemon from a homebrew 3DS, like I have, onto a memory card, put your memory card into your PC, load it up to PK Hex, inject it into an emulator, and then trade it to yourself. So you could bypass Bank by doing it yourself. You'll lose the stamp though, but I do think they are home legal at the moment. So yeah, that's another one. So Big Daddy
Yeah.
Nintendo showed PlayStation were just sending out emails where Big Daddy Nintendo was literally shutting down every service under the sun.
Yeah. It's definitely rough. Um, but so my problem with it, like, I don't even know if I necessarily have a problem with, Nintendo shutting down emulators or anything like that. Because again, it's like, I don't sympathize with them because they're a $1 billion company. Like, I don't like, oh my god, poor Nintendo. They don't get to make money. I don't think about it like that. I think it's like when you go in with an emulator, you need to understand it, specifically if it's like a Switch or like PS5 or Xbox emulator. You need to know you're on borrowed time, right? Because
Yeah.
I mean, it just is. You're on borrowed time. Like, you shouldn't be using this. Yes, you own a Switch. Most people that are using the emulators probably do own a Switch or something like that. Um, but yeah, you just have to have that understanding that you're on borrowed time, and unfortunately, for most people, they lost their they lost it. They can't really do anything else about it.
But
So like,
it's like whack-a-mole. It's like whack-a-mole
yeah,
though, because all these
there'll be another one that sprouts
repositories,
back up.
yeah, they're only there for sharing purposes. The
Yeah.
original remains, and they will build
Hmm.
it under a different name, and it will be
Yep.
a
Yep.
whole different emulator. But it's just built on the same foundation.
Yep. Yep. Ryujinx
Oh
2, here we
man.
come.
Yep. Yeah. it'll be not Yuzu. It'll be fucking Buzu.
Boozoo.
Or
Boozoo.
Tuzu.
Boozoo Tuzu.
The Switch Tuzu.
Yeah. Yeah, but speaking of Nintendo successfully shutting down illegal things, Rockstar has found themselves in quite the pickle. So I don't know if anyone's been living on the rock under a rock this week. There has been a leaker, and at first I thought maybe it might be Jake. His name is Cyberleak. Um, like the actual leak, and I'm like, it's Jake.
It's me and
um,
this guy. I'm not that
N-
smart, guys. I'm
but
really not.
but then I realized he was pushing crypto, and then I was like, that's not Jake.
Oh, no.
But this guy has a build of the game. I don't know if it's obviously not up to par, but it's a pretty newer build of the game that they have, and they're threatening to leak it, release gameplay footage and stuff like that. Basically, just pushing like, hey, um, I'm his first was like, I'm against the fact that there's not going to be any physical release for GTA 6. And he's like, this is why I'm doing this, yada, yada, yada. And then it's kind of turned into, hey, if you get my Bitcoin or whatever, my crypto thing to 3,000 things, I'll release gameplay. Da, 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 da. And then he's threatening now. And now he's pretty much got Rockstar on a hold, basically saying, like, if you arrest me or if something happens to me, there is a kill switch on this thing that will go live with
Yeah.
the ending of the game, a build of the game, that I have to manually input every 24 hours. And if I do not do it, it goes. And so Rockstar is now at the point where they honestly are in a lose-lose situation, right? Like, lose-lose situation in the fact that, like, they're probably going to lose a fuck ton of money on the Netflix deal, because now Netflix is going to be like, oh, people don't have to tune in to see gameplay of this game. They can just go look on Reddit, right?
Yeah.
And then also the fact that the ending of the game is going to get leaked. So maybe people are like, this is awful. Why am I paying $100 for this game? Right, again, and it's also affected because it's a build of the game. It's not the most up-to-date version of the game, so people might look at like build they might be looking at build 2.0 of a game that has like 8.0 build. They're like, ew, this looks like GTA 5. Like, why would I pay $100? And they canceled their pre-orders because we're still about 2 months out from release date. Not 2 months, 3 months out from release date. So yeah, Rockstar has found themselves in quite a pickle, and I don't know what I would do if I was Rockstar. I don't know if I just let them
I think you just
do
have to let it
it. I don't
happen.
know. I think
I
you just
think you
have to let it
just,
happen. And
or you have to match it. You have to match them with
yeah,
like releasing gameplay footage. Like you just
yeah,
have to be like, I I did see, it cropped up on my feed. I thought he was just playing around. I thought, it turns
yeah.
out big boy ain't playing around.
Nope,
He's like got a
nope.
build where it's a video of him like clicking the
Mm,
button, it loads up the emulator, and then it's on the main
mm-hmm,
menu. and he pans to the bottom, and it's like progress bar, and it says where he is. I was like, okay, right, he is. He's not joking around. He's not
Yeah.
joking. If only he had the same energy for PlayStation.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He's just like, screw you, Rockstar. I'm like, bro, you're going after the wrong, well, not necessarily the wrong people, but you're going after, like, you're on like boss one. You need to go to boss number two. Like, we need to get to the
Rockstar were
final
never really the
boss.
problem. They've been quite good
Yeah,
to us over the years.
no, they've been good to us. I mean, but it's interesting, and I mean, I feel like this happens anytime like a very hyped game comes out. I think I remember like Cyberpunk also having issues, like right before launch about people having access to the game and saying it's a buggy mess.
Yeah,
Like yeah, we've got a pretty recent build of the game. It's a buggy mess, and this was maybe a month before the game was released or something like that. Rockstar and Cyberpunk was like, "This is not an up to date build." Da da da. And then they released it, and then it was shit. So they definitely were
they got
got
called.
caught
They
with their
got called
hand.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, they got called out big time. And so I think with this leaker right now with GTA, it's just like this is barring to happen. I think Rockstar also, like you said, let's just let it happen. Rockstar, you're Rockstar. You guys are gonna be fine. Most of the people, like most of your consumer base, probably isn't going to be work like looking online for a leak, right? Like I feel
nah.
like they're not. I feel like maybe like I would say out of like the 100% of people that have bought your game, you might there's probably about 15% of those people who are going to see the leaked footage. The rest of them are probably going to wait for it to come out on YouTube. And then the rest of them are probably just don't give a fuck and they'll see the gameplay for the first time when they buy it when it comes out on the 17th or 19th of
Yep.
November when it gets released. Right. So I think Rockstar just needs to let it happen. Like, don't give in to the demands of a criminal on and also like the guy is a big hypocrite. So like any though like he's like I'm doing this for because to protest the diskless thing, but you're promoting your cryptocurrency so you can release footage and trying to put it behind a paywall. Like you've lost the sauce at that point. You try to be a vigilante and you just turned out to be the villain at the end of the day. So
Yeah,
sucks
it's
for
always
Rockstar,
crypto,
but
man. It's always
it's
crypto
always
bros.
crypto, dude.
It's always
Yep,
crypto
always those
bros.
guys. Oh my goodness. Yep. They're not only, but I will say the one thing I will say about the crypto bros, it looks like they're finally stepping away from the trading card game. I have been able to consistently find packs again. And I'm very, very happy about that because it's nice. It's nice to be able to go into my local, not GameStop, local card shop and be able to get a pack of cards for 4.99. And they're actually being cards there. I like being able to go to Target and when I go to the little customer service thing and I ask, "Hey, do you have any Pokemon cards?" and they bring out like 5 different things and they're like, "Which one do you want?" It's very, very nice to see that again because not
I
saying it's
wonder
gonna make me
why.
get back.
I don't know what's changed. Like,
Yeah,
do you know what?
I
I
think
don't know.
maybe it just took a while for people to for um maybe it just took a while for the new sets to get out of the hands of the scalpers. Like in the sense of like maybe they've cut down like on the behind the scenes of like people getting these big massive bulks and stuff like that too. And maybe it's just like the most recent of sets where they haven't been able to get as much product put in the scalper's hands. So now there's more availability because it's not necessarily like I mean the sets aren't haven't been like the most recent sets haven't been like the best. Like there's not been like an Umbreon or a Charizard or something like that. But there's still like a good. I mean, there's still the chase cards are still like 3, 4, $500.
Yeah.
For the chase card of it all. So it's not like there aren't any valuable cards in there per se. But I think maybe I mean maybe it's just like the typical thing like where COVID where we couldn't find Pokemon cards for a long time and then there was a big lull where you could find them all the time and we're just in that weird state in between thing now where for 3 years it's probably going to be able to find cards again and then 3 years later they're going to be hard to find again. As I feel
Yeah.
like we might be in that lull. It's kind of weird because I don't really know. Um either. I really because I mean I'm able to find Prismatic in the wild, like at MSRP, which is like the big
Yeah.
set that everyone was like obsessed with.
Maybe they've just gone
So
back to reprinting it, and what that does,
yeah,
especially if you go back and reprint an old set, is like the stockpiled stock that they try and sell on at a higher rate later on down the line is
hmm
it's now semi worthless because it comes
yeah,
back out again. It's like I have a couple of ETBs behind me. You can't see them on the actual footage of the podcast, but like I've got a couple of celebrations ETBs back there.
hmm
They might go up in value, but they're only like a commemorative event one. It's not like it's a. Yeah, I just feel like maybe the hype is done and
yeah,
the hobby has died a little bit. It will have
yeah,
a resurgence. It's still bigger than it's ever been,
yeah,
but yeah, it's there. People have just said, you know what, it's not worth it, and there's other stuff. There's other new card games coming out that I can play,
yeah,
or like I'll just go buy the video game if I
hmm
can't. Or TCG Pocket. I
yeah,
think TCG Pocket was part of the plan to try and stop
hmm
scalpers and be
yeah,
like, look at all of our collectors now going digital because they can't
hmm
afford stuff. So it's just like, oh, I'll just rip it on TCG Pocket instead. It's like,
yeah. No, it's true. I mean, it's true, man. It's crazy. I mean, I'm just happy for it. I'm just happy that I'm able to get packs again. I was nice. I was able to go to the card shop like 2 weeks ago and get six. I went to my local card shop and I got 6 packs of the newest set, and I was able to rip them with my partner, like, and it was super fun. And then I was able to go to my other local car shop and get 6 more packs and rip some, and it's nice. It's a nice feeling to be able to open cards again and not be like, God, I don't know when the net. Because when you open up a pack and then when you finally get your hands on a pack after not being able to find packs for a month or something like that, and then you open it and there you don't get a hit, dude. You die inside because you're like, God, I don't know when the next time I'm gonna be able to find a pack is, right? Like, you don't get a hit, you just get your hollow, and you're like, bro, I didn't want that because you're like, oh, maybe if I get this card, I'll get the coolest card in the set, and then you don't get it, and then you don't find another pack of cards for 3 months, right? At least now you don't get your hit, and you really want to go, you can go back the next day and get some more cards if you really want to. And a lot of
I,
and again, and it's thanks to the card shops for also like not being selfish and just trying to sell their product and like being like, no, I want to be able to give it to people, the consumer that wants it, that's going to appreciate it more. Like again, my local card shop that's down the street from me, what they do is I think they do 12 pack per week limit. So I can go to the
okay,
store and I can go get 6 packs, and they'll ask me for my name and my phone number. No, no, they just ask me for my name. They ask me for my name and my phone number, and then when I go to buy more packs, they'll ask me for my name and my phone number, and they're like, "All right, cool, you've hit your 12 pack limit for the week. You can come back on Tuesday and get more packs, or something like
that's
that,"
cool.
which is cool, right? I mean, obviously, there's workarounds from it. I could lie and be like, "My name's John." Um, and my name and my phone number is 123 go fuck yourself, but like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like I could do that and change my name up every time, but like but I also think they have I don't know, I think they might take a picture of you too, which is actually kind of smart too. I don't know,
yeah, they probably
I
got security
think
cameras. Like it's
yeah, I think they're able to like do that. But like but at the end of the day, like it's just like that little extra like does it like if you are a person like myself who just wants to get packs, you're not going to be offended by someone asking what your name is and your thing and having a pack limit. You're not going to get mad by that, right?
no,
Now, if I'm trying to make money off of this, then I will get mad at it, right? Because now you're affecting quote unquote my cash flow or whatever the fuck
my
these bros
business.
my business when people refer to the cards as a business, that's when I'm like, you lost the sauce, bro. Can't do it. Can't get behind that shit. But it's nice to see that it's nice to know I can go get packs, and when the new set comes out, I can probably be able to get it within the first week that it comes out. And it's just a good feeling because
I do think one thing that
I
has
like
come to
opening
mind
packs.
that I think that may have had a massive impact on it actually is PSA and all the grading companies getting absolutely hounded now because basically they've got like people have found that you could just crack and send back
Mhm.
and it just goes on the whim of the day whether you get a 9 or a 10 or an 8 and a 10 and a like.
Mm-hmm.
And I think PSA have been found to be manipulating the market in terms of how
Mm-hmm.
many 10s they want to give out, and who they give them out to as well. They're looking at who they're giving them out to. It's like PSA are not in a good, reputable standpoint at this point
No,
anymore.
they're not.
And the fact that they could just change, like,
On a whim.
the price. If I send it out for grading and I pay like $45, say, for the card, and because they graded a 10, they then come back and go, oh, actually, you now need to pay $300 to get this card back. It's like, why? I've paid for you've valued your service at $45. Why is the price changing? Like, it's beyond me. And they've also, I think that there was one story that one guy was saying that they stole his card. Like, the one they sent back wasn't his. Like, it's so crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
Yeah,
So
man.
you can't even trust the grading companies, and that's what the scalpers are trying to benefit on, is that they can buy so much product, pull out the hits, reseal the packs, sell them off at MSRP, and then get them graded at a high enough grade where they can then sell the slabs on the market.
Awful.
It's mental. Absolutely mental.
Yeah. It's very disappointing, but it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, the good news is, guys, if you want to open up packs, you can get packs now. Sorry, you guys weren't able to get it when there were some of the really cool sets were out. But there's a new Rayquaza set coming out, which people are going to be really excited for. Then the 30th anniversary set's also coming out by the end of this year as well. So we got some cool sets to look forward to, and I'm sure we'll be able to find products. So let's freaking go! I'm very happy.
I'd look if I can find some packs. We had a little episode that we had where we ripped packs together, and that was fun. Luke pulled the SIR. It was crazy.
I pulled the hit out of the set, which is crazy.
I can't guarantee that'll happen again. We honestly thought that we were going to rip those and then have to delete the video because it was just us getting nothing.
Nothing. And just we're like, we spent $50 in these packs and we weren't able to get nothing. But no, it's awesome and very excited to get some more cards. But in other news,
you got more?
I was gonna say
there's more?
I got more. There's more news. Not news regarding like the broader world, but this is like Luke personal Luke news for Luke.
Oh, good news.
Yes, good news. So obviously we have started the Mystery Dungeon streams. So very, very happy with that. I'm enjoying the fuck out of playing Mystery Dungeon again for the first time. Well, not for the first time, for like a third time. It's really, really fun. I'm getting a lot of cool feedback, and it's just nice to see our newer community be able to see a like kind of like a nostalgic, like True Justice version of what they missed out on Twitch 3 years ago, and it's a lot of fun. And I hope you guys are enjoying those streams. So streams are going to be here for a long time because Mystery Dungeon is a longer game. And I'm enjoying every moment of it. So I hope you guys are too. And I think my accents have gotten better. I will have to say. I think they've been doing pretty good.
Rach wanted to ask you, why am I so posh?
I think it's because my version of a British accent is based off watching Bridgerton. I think that's what it is. And I don't know how to kind of get a like not posh. I don't know how to sound not posh when I'm speaking in a British accent. I just can't. I can't do it. So when I'm trying to do a British accent without like, I don't know, like it just comes off posh. I don't know.
Fine.
And you're a goom, and you're a little goomy. Like
I'm a little
you're a goomy. Like you get to be posh. You're a little goomy. But no, I can't like do like a neutral like southern like not like I don't even know how I would describe your English accent, but like I can't do a not sounding posh because I'm not British. So the accent has to be like bog standard and like not fun.
I did say to her, I was like, when I do American accents, I just immediately go to like Texas, and that's not where you're from. It's
Yeah.
It's just
No.
that's
I
just the
do
way it
not
is.
have a southern drawl when I'm
Yeah,
talking, but
yeah.
people will be like, you have to get it done, you do it. It's just like the posh. Yeah, no, I like it, man. It's a lot of fun. I like doing the voices and stuff like that. Like Chatot is very I don't even like know how to do Chatot's voice, but it's just up
It just
here
comes
and
out.
it just comes out when I see Chatot, and like it's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it as kind of it's fun to have an interactive game. And it also helps a lot too when you have like the dead moments in stream where like there's not a lot of chatting going on, so you're kind of reading the story and stuff like that. And so yeah, it's just been a lot of fun, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. I know I am. And yeah, I'm loving that. And then
How are you finding
also
the ROM hack part of it? Like, because obviously
it's
there's more to it than what meets the
it's
eye.
pretty Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, I would say like quality of life changes are great. Um, I'm seeing more missions than normal. The amount of Pokemon is cool. I think they've added some things where like now, obviously like the starter Pokemon you can find very early on. Like I've got a Sobble on the team now, like within the second dungeon. So and the evolutionary you can evolve much sooner in the game, and you're not stuck behind post game for your starter, your person and your partner Pokemon evolving. So you're not walking around as a Psyduck taking on a Groudon.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like, it feels a little bit more realistic in that way. um yeah, it's just a better version of Explorer Skies. I think my only gripe with it is right now, I think the one thing that they changed is one of the main antagonists in the game is like Grovyle, and they changed it to Leafeon, which I'm like, we'll see when we get to the story bit of like why it is, or if the guy was just like, I just want it to be Leafeon instead of Grovyle. Maybe he has some sort of attachment to Grovyle and he doesn't want him to be the bad guy. I don't know. But
Probably.
I
It's
definitely,
probably
yeah,
that.
yeah. So I don't know, but we'll see if anything else changes story wise. I think some of the dialogue's also a little bit better as well. But again, I haven't played Explorers of Sky in God probably like 10 years. So I honestly don't remember too much about it. So some of the stuff I'm talking about might have been in the base game, and I'm only remembering it now and I'm thinking it's fresh or new or something like that. But it's a lot of fun and I'm enjoying it and I'm excited to play more. So
Nah, I've been enjoying watching it, and I go back and watch the VODs, especially because I miss the morning ones. Like, there
mhm,
ain't no way. Well, there is some way. I usually catch like half an hour of it, and then I have to leave and
mhm,
get on the train, and then
yeah.
I'll watch it on the train for a little bit. But I don't want to miss my stop because I get
Yeah.
engrossed,
Yes.
especially when I'm watching because I'm not in chat. I'm like watching it full screen with my phone landscape. Oh
Mhm.
man, I am like fully engrossed in the game, and then I almost miss my stop. It's like this is
No.
perf, and it's like, oh fuck, I've got
Fuck,
to go.
fuck, fuck. No.
But
Very fair.
it is great to have a bit of nostalgia, like,
Yeah.
and it's not really nostalgia bait, really. It's actually it's a perfect series. It just is,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
the Luke will send me all the footage. Obviously, it's all there on YouTube anyway, but I will definitely get a proper upload of the full playthrough in terms of like some highlights
Yeah.
and funny moments because I feel like this is a quintessential one that I'm glad that you've got to do it first on the gaming channel. I mean, Anil was
Yes.
fun. Anil was
Mhm.
fun. It was good. If you haven't watched that little mini vid that I like cut up and chopped up with Luke's little, I interviewed him on the old Anil situation. I'll do it again for when Luke finishes Mystery Dungeon because there'll
Mm.
be more to it. There's more story behind it than just the little add-ons of the Kanto stuff. Because I mean, for 90% of it, you know what's going on in Anil. While this
Yeah.
is a bit more, the dialogue's a bit more in depth. Uh,
Mhm.
but I'm very glad to see it back. It's a bit like me. Like, I'm just playing Crystal at the moment on over on the
Yeah.
gaming channel, and I'm just enjoying playing it. Seeing all the
Yeah.
old sprites and all the update, like there is quality of life updates, but to be honest, 90% of the time I'm not even playing Crystal. Like I'm shiny
Yeah.
hunting in
To
a
be
different
fair,
game.
to be fair, you're usually just shiny hunting. So But
Look,
you
I'm
can't
doing
you can't
more
get mad at that.
off stream now, so we get more
Yeah.
gameplay because I've realized that I'm like 7 streams in, and I've only just got the third badge. Like it's, it was gonna be a labor of love anyway, and when that video comes out, it will be fun. It will be
Yeah.
fun because it won't just be your standard playthrough. It's got footage from. I'm trying to shiny hunt in every game. Like I've just done an X and Y one. I've done a ZA. We'll go back to Legends Arceus. We'll go back to. When we get to the legendaries, I will do them in Gen 2. I'll be shiny hunting Ho-Oh in Gen 2. Like it's going to be an amalgamation of what I thought is like the when I released the Gen Lock, which was like a celebration of Gens 1 through 9, all the way up, Nuzlocking all the way through. And then back to Gen 4 because you have to finish beating Red. Like that is the best battle in Pokemon.
It is.
So yeah, you'll have 2 very good long highlight reels coming out when we finish. When we finish. But like you said, how long do you reckon you've got left?
I have a lot.
A lot.
You always know. You always know because like at the bottom of the screen, like when you save the game, there's little portrait pictures of like the story bits, right? I'm only on the first story bit.
Oh my god!
And I've got 3 streams out of it. So and it's about halfway through is when you like beat the last part of it. So once I get like the halfway mark, that's when the main story is done. But there will be a lot of post game stuff, which we didn't really do a lot of in Mystery Dungeon DX on the Switch, just because it's a grind and you know there's some story, but it's not all that much story involved in it. So we'll see what they do with the post game in this game, and then maybe we'll do it. I think it'll be a lot easier to do because I think there won't be nearly as much grinding because I feel like I'm leveling up quite a bit. I think I'm already at like level 14 or 15, and usually around that time frame, you are like in like some of the major, not main story bits, but you're like a third of the way through, and I'm not a third of the way through at all. I think I've done one main story bit, and then we're moving on to the second story bit now. I think I have like one more thing to do, and then we're in the second story bit, second like chapter, I guess, out of like 15, 16 chapters. So we're going to be
plenty more
probably
to go.
We'll be streaming this for a good old time. So I'm excited for it, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and it's cool because I like streaming these games because it's also like I have a Pokemon game or a game that I want to stream that does not affect like what I'm playing outside of like what we're streaming, right? So like I've been playing Cyberpunk a lot recently. About 30 hours into it. I've tried to play Cyberpunk like so many times. Like I think this is like my third time trying to play Cyberpunk. But this time I've actually gotten through it and it's a lot of fun. Like I'm very surprised. I'm not surprised because I know it's a great game. But Cyberpunk is a lot of fun and I'm 30 hours in. I'm probably about 60% of the way done with the story, but I've been doing a lot of the side quests and stuff like that. And it's honestly it's a lot of fun. They fixed all the glitches and stuff like that. So I can only imagine what would have happened if Cyberpunk launched without any bugs. Because man, this game it's great. It's amazing. It's really good.
I'm yet to play it because of that. Like I was gonna, I think I did buy it and then I cancelled it because I was like, I can't. Like my PC wasn't great at the time anyway. And then if people with powerhouses of PCs can't like are getting problems, like there was no way I was gonna have a good experience on that. So yeah, I will pick it up at some point. Add it to the long list of games that
we need to play.
I'll never play.
the never ending list of games that we will never play that we should play. But
because I'm too busy playing Heart Gold and Soul Silver for the 14th time.
Exactly, we're just replaying the same games that we love to play, and I think that's gonna do us for this podcast. I think there's one thing we need to touch on. I think there's one thing we need to touch on. So we made a short, and The Last of Us fans were not happy with me and Jaco over here. They had their feelings for
it wasn't even that rage baity though, Luke. Like it wasn't even that bad.
It wasn't even that bad. But I think we need to explain our stance because we just assumed that it wasn't gonna go at nuclear for us. But like me and Jake's problem with The Last of Us has nothing to do with the game itself, the characters, the story. Me and Jake recognize that this game is a, like, again, I said generational game in the short, like the only generational game that I will probably never play. Like, we recognize that it is a generational game and it's a beloved game and it deserves all the rewards it's gotten. Problem is with Sony specifically, just remaking it, adding more stuff, and just shoving it down our throats constantly. And honestly, they don't really shove it down our throats anymore. This was a long running joke from like episode like 10 of the podcast. So I just want to say to us Last of Us fans, it's not that big. Don't take it to heart.
Deep.
We don't hate.
It's not that deep.
We don't hate your game. We don't hate your game. We just hate the game that was showed. We just hate The Last of Us 2 HD remastered director's cut that got released around episode 10 of the podcast. And
I will say this, and we'll finish it off on this. More energy could have been put into making different games and new games than re-releasing the same game over and over again. We have been robbed of so many new titles because they've re-released that one over and over again. That is the point.
Yep. That's it.
And on that bombshell,
problem with the re-release. We're
on
done.
That bombshell.
All right.
Wrap us up, Luke.
We are done. We are done. Thank you guys so much for joining us this week. We promise we'll be back to hopefully a normal schedule on recording. I lost my train of thought because it's
all right. This week
we'll
be
back to normal.
They'll be back to normal, but there won't be any midweek upload this time round because I'm playing catch up and I've got to edit Luke's special episode. That's what's going to happen. So you'll get that at some point. So if you don't see the midweek episode on DHH, that's the reason.
There you go. Well, guys, we will see you guys on the next episode, and thank you guys so much for supporting. We'll see you guys next time. Oh, bye-bye.